got 4 kids, is that right?
I got 4 kids. Yeah. And yes, again, I mean, look, their upbringing is very unorthodox because Dad, you know, like I'm no good at getting up early in the morning. You know, my first good idea, I tried, I really tried. I tried to conform to the normal lifestyle. And then promptly at 1 o'clock at night, my first good idea would come and I'd be exhausted trying to actually write it. So everybody's sort of used to, you know, Dad doesn't really get up before lunchtime. Dad's in the studio. Dad's in the studio at the weekend. You know, weekends are wonderful because nobody wants to phone you. It's quiet. You know, I love the quietness. You know, and I built myself this. It doesn't matter. I could be anywhere. I really could be anywhere.
What have you built yourself there? That's something
just this crazy. I had this sort of midlife crisis where I decided.
I've heard something about your studio.
No, it's pretty insane. It's pretty insane because I wanted to move back to Europe. You know, in this full-on midlife crisis of no, I got to go and go back to Germany or whatever. And then I suddenly realized the Germany that I was craving didn't exist anyway. There was a Germany of, you know, the Weimar Republic or, you know, Thomas Mann and Egon Schiele and stuff like that. So I thought, hang on, I'm in Hollywood. It's full of set builders. You know, your idea of artifice. Yeah. So I went, I'm going to build myself
in my...
a library modelled on a Viennese brothel of the late 19th century. You know, because it'll be cozy. It'll be, you know, there's far too much red plush velvet and stuff like that. You know. I mean, it's this far away from a bad Indian restaurant, you know. So, you know, I have one really good picture on the wall, and nobody actually knows. I got one Egon Schiele on the wall.
An original?
Yeah, and everybody just goes out, doesn't know what it is, and that's part of the joy. You know, it's like, ooh, you know, you got one really good thing.
Interesting, you create a sumptuous visual surround for creating your music. But
at the same time, it's very focused at the end of the day because, you know, look, I don't really write by playing. In fact, what I try to do, because muscle memory, you know all about muscle memory.
Yeah, yeah.
Muscle memory always makes me do the same thing. Yeah. You know, so I literally do this before I start writing. I sit on my fingers before I touch the keyboard and I try to come up with something in my head. Right. I need to know what I'm writing about. Yes. You know, what is it I'm trying to say, I suppose, is, you know, but it's not even that. It's, you know, what's the color of the thing? Yeah. You know, color is really important. I mean, and the reason I live in Los Angeles is because I have to be where the people are making the film because I get lost. I need to be able to go to the DP and say, you know, what's your color palette on that? Or, you know, just go to the cutting room occasionally and just see what everybody else is doing. And sort of, so you know, you find whatever road you're sort of traveling down or what the road is. Because directors are at a huge disadvantage when it comes to music. I mean, a director can be in control of everything. You know, he can probably rewrite a line, he can look through the camera, he can probably act a bit, he can write a bit, whatever. But when it comes to music, what's he going to say to me? Nice C major chord here? Yeah, you know, so in a way, they have to trust me. Yeah. And they have to give me control. So, you know, we're back to the control thing, aren't we?
It sounds like an almost synesthetic process that you're...
You can't talk about music, not really. You know, you can either play it, and it's indefensible. You know, if I play you a piece of music, I can't talk you into liking it. It either resonates with you or it doesn't. I remember on one movie, we're going to the preview in Phoenix on a little plane, and the producer sitting across from me, like this far, on this plane ride, and he's going, "You're ruining this movie. If you don't take the music out of this thing, you're sinking the ship, you know." I mean, for the whole plane ride, I don't know how many different ways he figured out to tell me that I was ruining it for everybody.
It's on the way to the plane.
A preview, right? So we get there, you know, 600 people there. We get to the scene, the scene that really is ruining it for everybody. And there's a woman sitting next to me. I have no idea who she is. And she turns to me and she goes, "That's fucking brilliant." I'm going, "It is? Tell him, tell him." You know, so the plane ride back was very different, you know, because the audience loved the movie, and I'm going, "So, would you like me to
take that out?
Take that out." He's going, "Don't change a thing," you know. So the reason I can go and do a Driving Miss Daisy and a Gladiator, or, you know, I mean, they couldn't be any more different. Is just because I'm just going, "Oh, hang on, this is really interesting." You know, I mean, like Driving Miss Daisy was easy because I just would phone my mum and pick a fight with her. You know, by the end of it, I knew exactly what to write. And Gladiator, again, it was, you know, working with an incredibly visual director. You know, and just sitting there and going, "So, Rid, what's the story here?"